John, what do you think of just the language that and the tone that Joe Biden is sending, especially to other world leaders right now?
Well, particularly with our allies, traditional allies in Europe and Asia, Neil, I think, this is manna from heaven. This is exactly what they've wanted to hear. There's no disputing that they have been quite upset and riled by Donald Trump's approach to national security and our traditional alliances and trade disputes and burden sharing. And they're eager for this open embrace from an American president that they've missed for the last 4 years.
You know, John, a lot more attention has been being paid to Iran and the deal that the president ripped up, and how quickly Joe Biden will move to reinstate it. I know, and smart guys like you tell me that's a lot easier said than done. But what do you think of that aspect of it, the Iran deal, and whether we go back to what we had?
Well, I think it's going to be deeply problematic on a number of fronts. To simply get the Iranians back into the deal, I think, is going to be hard. Everything the Iranians are talking about now is they're going to drive a very, very hard bargain. They're not only going to demand that America surrender all of its sanctions, but that America compensate it for damage done to the Iranian economy over the last several years. I personally think, it's fine if the vice president wants to get back into negotiations with Iran, but he's been gifted by Donald Trump an unbelievable amount of economic leverage over the Iranian economy now. They are in deep, deep trouble. And to simply return to the status quo ante of the Obama administration and surrender all of that leverage, simply to return to a deal that in a space of a very few years is going to run out and allow Iran to surge forward with an industrial strength nuclear program, seems to me that really doesn't make a lot of sense to me, Neil. I think Biden would be wise to take the leverage he's got from President Trump and really insist on getting a much stronger, better, and longer deal here with the Iranians to limit their nuclear program and all of their malign activities in the Middle East.
Real quickly, and it could be wrong, and maybe it's updated now, but as of going into the show today, there is no indication that the leader of China or the leader of Russia have spoken to Joe Biden or any of his people. Do you read anything into that, if true?
The only thing I can possibly read into it, Neil, is that they feel like they get a real advantage. They're standing back and enjoying watching the chaos of Americans throwing into fundamental doubt the legitimacy of their democratic process. They want these two halves of the country that are increasingly moving away from each other in a very polarized environment. They want that to continue. They want the chaos and division in the United States to continue because they know our national unity as a country is really our center of gravity and the core starting point for our strength and our leadership in the international community. So they're willing to let this go on as long as we're prepared to indulge it here at home.
That's very interesting. John, good catching up with you, my friend. John Hanna.